Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Living Well with Terrell, the place where we develop the mind, soul, and the body on a communal level. And today we're going to be addressing the aspect of the mind. So, a few things. Maybe I should close this door. Um, so a few things. Today I really wanted to, just trying to kind of like catch everyone up to, my experience. So, a few things. Today, I really just wanted to catch everyone up on my state mentally and kind of try to like share my experiences with you guys and just how I'm about to close this door because it's pissing me off. Okay, so today I'm going to address a few things. But the main idea of me making this video today is I really just wanted to catch everyone up to my mental state, how I've been, my experiences. Because like I said, that's the only reason I started this channel in the first place was in hopes of sharing my experiences with you guys to kind of assist in aiding you with your day-to-day things, whether you're dealing with anxiety, stress, or just reaching personal goals, whatever that may be. I wanted to use my life experiences and my reflections to kind of assist you guys and aid you in your situations of crises. Cool. So the main reason I'm making this video today is for someone who is stressed out. You find yourself at a constant state of stress. You're dealing with anxiety. You're waking up every day and you're just not happy. Like, you're not feeling it. You don't know why. You may have an idea of why you're going through what you're going through, but it's like you feel as though you're watching yourself just drown or just fall. Like you're just like falling off a cliff or you're drowning in the ocean, and it's like you want to help yourself, but you really don't know how to. You know what I mean? And you're carrying all of this energy on your back, in your head, on your mind, and it's weighing you down. You know what I mean? And every day you're just telling yourself this is just a season, it'll pass through, like this too shall pass. But it's like the season has been pretty long. It's been running year round. So you kind of want to learn how to deal with your stress and just accept your situation. Like that's the main thing I'm going to be trying to push on you guys today, is to learn how to accept your situation. You know what I mean? So the first things first, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what I experienced, what I went through, and then I'm going to go along the process, how I'm currently still solving the situation, dealing with the situation. All right. So I don't know if you guys remember, but my last video I was talking about how I was stressed out and I wasn't feeling good. You know what I mean? I'm typically a bubbly person, and I can honestly say that for quite some time in my life, like these past few years, like I've been struggling. Like I just haven't been myself. I've had good moments, like it hasn't all been bad, but just like as a whole, like my being, my spirituality, it's just like I haven't been good. I haven't been happy, and it's like happiness is so important, and I didn't realize that, I was going so long without happiness. You know what I mean? Like I was just going, just like, yeah, I just kept going. It's like I was working hard towards goals. Like I was, man, I'm grinding. I'm in school doing my chemical engineering shit. Like I am grinding. I'm not sleeping. I'm not eating. Like, and I'm just perpetuating this like stigma of, grind. Like that's the whole thing. Like nowadays, it's just like you need to grind hard. You need to make all these sacrifices. It don't matter what it takes. You got to get it done. And it's like, that shit is bullshit. Like, don't get me wrong. You have to work hard for the things you want, but you have to take care of yourself. Like literally nothing works when you're not taking care of yourself. And you figure that out the hard way. And it's like, I had to learn that the hard way. And it would take me, and it's so ridiculous, in retrospect when I look at it, because it's like, you guys, I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating. Days, like studying for exams, trying to, accomplish this, trying to accomplish that. It's just like I wasn't really focused. I was working hard on something, but I was not focused. Like I wasn't thinking, if that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of times when we're on the run and we're trying to accomplish these goals, whatever that may be, or we're trying to like hustle, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, whatever your age is, you're not paying attention to what you're doing. You're not paying attention to your life. You're setting these goals with dead ends, and like these goals translate to universal success, but they don't translate to your specific success. And today we're going to fix that. We're going to talk more about that, because it's taking some time for me to realize, like, life is definitely case specific. Like, what works for everyone and what's the trend does not work for you. And nothing's wrong with that. And a part of, you know, solving your issues is accepting your situation. And let's just start with that. So, you know, the thing is, you have to be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? You have to tell yourself, even if you get along with yourself. And the crazy part is, the scary thing is, a lot of us, we're not even honest with ourselves. Nope. Because we don't want to face the reality of our situation. So we go out and we lie to others, and then we carry those lies inside of us. So when we're alone with ourselves, we just accept those and we lie to ourselves unknowingly. We are lying to ourselves. So the first thing you need to do is to make some time to go look in the mirror, or even sit in your bed and reflect and be honest with yourself about your situation. No, like, seriously, like, no matter how raw it is, no matter how fucked up it may seem, how unfortunate it is, no matter what mistakes you made, what bad decisions you made, because at the end of the day, you did it, and you are where you are. And in order for you to get to the next level, or where you want to be, you have to know where the fuck you're at. You know what I mean? Like, you literally have to know where you're at. How are you going to get there if you don't know where you're at? Now, how are you going to find some sense of direction? So a part of realizing where you're at is being honest with yourself, and, listing out your circumstances. And the thing about that is, don't this is the biggest thing. Don't confuse your circumstances or your situation with your identity or your potential. Because we are able and we are capable of doing amazing things, and not just to sound cliche. We all know this, and because you put forth C effort does not mean you're only capable of producing C effort. You know what I mean? You're definitely capable of putting forth A effort. You know this, but it's just a matter of you making those sacrifices and getting those things done. So I would say, step one, recognize your situation, accept your situation. It may not all be good, you know what I mean? You may not want to face it, but you have to. It's important that you're real with yourself. And once you accept your situation, like, you're going to notice subconsciously, you're going to start thinking of solutions. Okay, now I know my real problem. Now I can find real solutions. The issue is, a lot of us, we have these fake issues because we kind of sugarcoat our situations and things like that. And we wonder why we can't progress or we can't move forward. Because when you have fake issues or fake situations, then you subconsciously, you create fake solutions to these problems. So you got to be real with yourself. No matter what you're going through, no matter what it is, be real with yourself. Identify it, move forward. Then, second step is to not get down on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. I cannot tell you guys, like, I'm telling you, anybody in my family will tell you, any of my friends will tell you, I am so hard on myself. Like, I am the worst critic to myself. And the thing is, I put myself in situations, where I know it's going to lead up to me being disappointed in myself, right? So it's like, it's so toxic. It's so toxic because, like, I'll know that what I'm doing is going to come back and make me feel bad about myself. It's going to trigger some type of depression or anything like that. Like, I'll know this, but, like, I will still do it. You know what I mean? So,
my bad, y'all. I just had like one of those brain fart moments where I forgot what I was talking about. So instead, I'm going to share a quote with you guys, and that is, "One is stressful because he is a bad manager of himself. He does not know how to manage his systems." So think about that. And that is by Sadhguru. All right.
with that being said, the best way to remedy that situation is to be honest with yourself about what's going on. And then the second thing you're going to do is you're going to realize that you are not your mistakes. You are not, a lot of times I would get depressed because I'm so hard on myself. Like I told you guys, like, I'm so hard on myself. I would get depressed because, oh, I made this grade on an exam, or I'm not making this much money. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And I would start to feel worthless. You know what I mean? Like, I was mistaking my performance with my potential. Never mistake your performance with your potential. Your performance is a direct result of the effort you contribute and the energy you invest into things. It has nothing to do with what you're truly capable of. Nothing at all. So it's so important to realize that, recognize that, accept that. And what that's going to do, it's going to secure your self-esteem. It's going to secure your self-security, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to make you realize that, okay, you're not a piece of shit, you just been putting forth piece of shit effort. You know what I mean? And the good news about that is you can always improve. You can do better. But when we mistake our performance for our potential, we tell ourselves we cannot do better. We tell ourselves that that was the bar. And the reality of the situation is that's not the bar. It's not the bar. It's just what you did. You know what I mean? So the next thing you want to do is you want to create your own pace, create your own system. The only reason you're stressed out is because you're not managing your system correctly. You're not handling your business. You're not getting things done like you should, and you know you're not. You don't even sit up here and lie. Exactly. So change it. Like, literally make a conscious decision to change. Like, literally make a conscious decision to change it. And I know that is so much easier said than done, because like me, when I was going through my toxic like habits, it's like, I know there's better. We always know there's better. We know what we need to do. We just never do it. And I feel like the best advice I could give you is to, like, literally, you're going to get sick and tired one day. Just do it. Like, just do that shit. As soon as you think about it, like, tackle it. Don't think about it too much, because when you think about things too much, they become an option. And usually if something is an option and you don't feel like doing it, you're not going to do it. But if something you don't want to do is a requirement, you're going to get it done. So make these things requirements. You don't debate on requirements. You don't debate on, oh, I'm going to feed my child. Like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like, I'm going to pay my rent. Like, you don't debate on that, because you know you got to do it. So when it comes to your day-to-day lives, your mundane tasks that are going to contribute to your character and your sense of confidence, like, don't make that, like, take care of yourself. Make yourself a priority. Make yourself a requirement. Make your mental health a requirement. You know what I mean? Handle it. Like, literally just get it done. That all plays a major part in creating your own pace. And when I say creating your own pace, that literally means to sit down after you have been honest with yourself, after you have accepted your situation. You know what I mean? Now we're working towards a solution. Okay? We're working towards a solution. And the thing about solutions is, like, they actually have to work. You know what I mean? This solution may not work for you. Your friend's solution may not work for you. You don't work how your friends work. You know you don't operate how they operate. So don't try to adopt their habits for their issues. You have to literally sit and create a formula for yourself. Like, literally, when it comes to studying or getting assignments done, like, at first I would try to take the approach, I would try to emulate the approach that my friends were taking. I try to do what they would do. Like, create their habits and things like that, like their organizational habits and skill structures. I tried to adopt those things, but it's like, it didn't work for me. You know what I mean? I was noticing, like, man, I'm not seeing the results I want. And then it took me some time, but I realized it works for them, it doesn't work for me. Know yourself. Know what you can do when you can do it. You know what I mean? Like, sit down and be like, okay, I can da. So what I literally had to do was I had to lay back and I said, okay, I can do two things at a time. I'm usually, like, when it comes to a big goal or a big task, I can break it down and handle it in increments. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, they just go and they attack it and they get it done. I know that I'm not like that when it comes to certain things. So what I need to do is I need to break this up in a matter that's going to allow me to get it done. You know what I mean? You may be the type of individual that needs, incentives. You need a perfect balance to get your goals done. Like, for example, me, I need a good balance. I need incentives. Like, I want to watch TV. Let's say I want to watch TV. I want to go, for a walk. I want to do a photo shoot or something like that. I use those things as incentives, and I tell myself, like, okay, I know I really want to do this. I'm passionate about doing this, but I'm not going to allow myself to do this until I get these things done. You know what I mean? So that's just like something I like to do. So think about that. Think about things you want to do and you like to do, you love to do, and use those as sources of inspirations to get your business done, to handle your business. You may be a person who needs a good balance. Like, some people I know, they can't just, tackle all their goals and then reap a reward. They need compensation. They need compensation in between. So if that's you, figure out what that is. Like, okay, if I have 5 assignments due, I need to do 1 assignment today and watch TV the next day, and then do 1 assignment the next day and watch TV that next day. Like, the thing is, you have to figure out what is specific to you, what works for you. You know what I mean? Okay. All right, once you define your system and you kind of figure out, what works for you, you created your pace, like I say, the next thing is to commit. You know what I mean? There's no point in having a solution if you're not going to apply it. The thing about it is, you have to want to do better. None of this will work if you don't want better for yourself. It's like you need to realize that life is progressing, time is going, and like people are going to excel without you. Things are going to evolve without you. And if you want to live the life that you know you deserve, then you need to make some changes. You have to make some changes. All right, guys, and the final thing that I would say is this is so important, and I'm just now learning how to do this, and it's made a huge change in my life. You know what I mean? Be happy, like literally chill out, like stop stressing so much, like literally enjoy life. You know what I mean? Like happiness is not reaching your goals. Happiness is accepting the whatever, whenever. Like literally. And I'm coming to learn that as I get older. You will sit and think that, oh, I'm going to be happy once I reach this goal, once I get that promotion, once I get that GPA, once I get this car. Like I'm going to be happy then, once I make this money. And that's not the case. And if you sit and think about once you've reached your goals, you may have experienced excitement temporarily, but it is so unhealthy to make your happiness dependent upon achieving those things. Like happiness is something you deserve to experience whenever, whatever, all the time. You know what I mean? And it makes a difference. Happy people live different lives. And a part of getting to that point is to just accept, I'm sorry. And a part of getting to that point is learning how to accept the whatever, whenever. And what I mean by that is, and I mean like appreciate your life, appreciate the family and friends you have. If you only have one family, one friend, whatever the case may be, whatever you have, we all have something to appreciate. You may feel like, oh, I have no friends, I have no family, I have no money, I look like this, I look like that. Some people can't walk. Some people, have diseases where they can't really even breathe. So it's just like, you literally have to be grateful for what you have. And once you experience grace, then you cannot dwell in self-pity. Those two things can't coexist. You know what I mean? I know we all have things we struggle with. Nobody has it easy. We all have different issues. But we all have something that we can be glad about. Literally, every day, I'm happy because my family and friends are healthy, happy. Like, that's it for me. Like, anything else that I achieve, that's my personal, happiness. That will make me excited. Yeah, I'm grateful for those things. But my family and friends being healthy and still here, I can call them and laugh with them. That's my happiness. That's the happiness for me. And I'm learning not to let, a test grade or not to let, a financial situation or whatever the case may be. Like, I'm learning not to let that take away my happiness, because why? These existential things, you cannot make them determine how you feel inside, internally. You cannot do that. You have to learn how to be spiritually strong, mentally strong, protect your happiness and protect your peace at all costs. You guys, it's so important. Like, nothing goes good when you're not at peace. I don't know if you realize it. But when you're not at peace, nothing goes well. Nothing. Protect your peace. Appreciate your life. You know, love your situation, love your circumstance, because guess what? The problems you have today are not going to be the problems you have 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Shit, maybe even 3 to 6 months from now. You're not going to have these same problems. You're going to have some new problem, and you're going to be looking back like, oh man, I had it so good back then. You know, and I spent all that time stressing. I had it so it's like, one thing about life, it's always going to be something to worry about. It's always going to be something to stress about. Like, that's just like the guarantee. That comes with the territory. And you can do yourself a huge service, especially if you can learn this young. Don't let those issues or those problems dictate your happiness all the time. You can't do it. If you want to be happy, you want to live a good life, you have to learn how to secure it. You have to learn how to be in control of your feelings, your emotions to some extent. You know what I mean? Be grateful. Yo, God is good. The universe is good to us. Like, things are bad sometimes, but not all the time. You know? So, in closing, if you're stressed out, if you're depressed, you have anxiety, like, you want to talk to me, even if you want to talk to me, I'll drop my email in the description. You can email me and we can discuss it. You know, anything like that. Like, I'm always down to talk to people. Like, you know, like, that's just what I do. I talk a lot, whatever. But like, the thing is, don't let it get you down. You know, y'all stay up. I hope this video helps somebody. Like, even if it's one person, I hope it helped. And if you have any more questions, you can drop a comment, or you can email me if you want more personal advice. I'm even open to doing that. So let me know how y'all feeling, and y'all be good. Peace. Be sure to subscribe.